Hey guys, Julian here. Episode number 3. Today I want to talk about picking the right business. Okay, this is so important. You cannot skip this step. You cannot rush this step. This is the most important step, in my opinion, because man, if you pick the wrong business, you are going to struggle. Okay, there are some businesses out there that just suck. There are some businesses out there that are going to make it really easy for you to make a lot of money. Okay, so and the reason I make this video is because I don't think that people actually consider this, right? They go into a business and they're really not quite sure how it's going to play out. They're not quite sure how much money they're going to make. They're not quite sure what obstacles they're going to be facing. Okay? That's the wrong way to do it. Because, I mean, okay, there's a little exception to this, okay? Now, the exception to this would be if you are incredibly passionate about something, okay? Then it's worth dealing with the obstacles in the uphill battle. It is. Because at the end of the day, you should be doing something that you enjoy doing, and if you're incredibly passionate about something, then go full steam ahead and figure out the obstacles as they come about, and you'll probably find a way through it. But if you're like me and you have many passions and you really kind of just in it for the money, right? Your goal is to just make money, not exactly to enjoy yourself this year, but just to make a boatload of money. Well, then it's going to come down to picking the right business. Okay. So how do you do this? It's pretty simple, actually. You just act as if you're already in business, right? Obviously, you should do some research. Okay. Research is only going to take you so far. Okay. What do I mean by research? I mean, look it up. Okay. Google it. Go on Craigslist. See what other people are doing. See how many competitors you have. See how many competitors you have in your area. See what your competitors are offering, about if they're advertising a price. Okay, try to reverse engineer it and try to imagine how much they're making. But that's still only going to get you so far. Okay, these are not facts at this point. So this is just a little bit of research to kind of give you some insights into the industry that you're considering. Okay, what I personally have done and what I will continue to do in the future is to test, for sure. So what I like to do is I act as if I'm already in business, right? I create a logo. I create the business name. I suck images off of the internet, and then I go ahead and start advertising, okay? I don't spend money on this, but I do advertise for sure. So I would maybe use, let's say okay, let me just tell you a little story about how I came up with one of my service businesses, which is Flooring Pros. This is the Flooring Pros office, one of the locations we have here in Central Florida, and we've had a huge amount of success. The first year that we went into business, we made 100 grand. Second year, 250 grand, and this year we're looking at probably double that. So I'm not sure yet, but we're gonna figure it out here soon. So I got into the flooring industry because I tested, right? I was at the time, 4 years ago, doing remodeling, and I found a lot of obstacles in remodeling, especially with hiring, training, and scaling. Okay, so these three things are something I know that I needed to do. So I thought about how I would do it with remodeling, and it was just very difficult. Okay, so in my mind, I thought, okay, well, I don't have that much time, right? I don't want to put 10 years into this business because my goals are to own multiple businesses. So if one business is taking me 10 years to scale, I'm not going to do that. You know, I want something that can scale fast, okay? Really fast, and every year have an incline, okay? So it's funny because actually I never had done flooring before, ever. And yet I started a flooring business. Crazy. But the reason I started it was because I tested, okay? I tested it, man, and I knew before I even started it that this was going to be a breadwinner, okay? And it might be different in your city, it might be different in your town, but what I did and what I mean by testing is Craigslist. Craigslist is super powerful for like a service local business. It's incredibly powerful, okay? If you're not using Craigslist, you need to be using it. So what I did was I thought, okay, well, maybe we're just too diversified in the remodeling business, right? We're doing different things every day. What if we did the same thing every day, right? Okay, so now we're talking about a specific trade, okay? So which trade will it be? I pretty much assumed that I could do anything, right? I'm a pretty hands-on guy. I find myself to be a pretty fast learner. And then what I did was I went on Craigslist and I literally created an ad for every trade out there. One ad for each trade, okay? Flooring, I created a flooring ad, right? I acted as if I was already in business, right? I came up with some crazy name and I started advertising as if I was a flooring company, okay? And then I went to painting and acted as if I was already an established painting company, and I ran ads for painting. And then I went to trim, acted as if I was a trim company, posted a bunch of ads, and let it go. Then I put up ads for all of these things. It didn't take much time. It took me a day, right? So now what I did was I figured, okay, well, I'll just sit back and gauge the results, okay? So throughout the next week, it was very interesting what happened. I started getting calls for each and every one of these things, which was not surprising because Craigslist gives you tons of leads. People go to Craigslist to find help, right? To find contractors. So, but by the end of the week, it was so clear on what my future business was going to be. Because at the end of the week, I had gotten maybe an average of 1 to 2 calls for each business, except for flooring. Flooring, I got about 10 calls in that 1 week. I'm like, wow, this is fucking powerful. If I went and started a flooring business, I could almost guarantee that it would take off, right? My marketing is free if I just use Craigslist, and I just keep building on top of that. This could be a scalable business, okay? And now I could also train people to do the same thing every day, okay? I could really have a powerful team that knows exactly what they're doing, so I can get off the job, leave them there, or they just drive there themselves, and I go out and I get back to selling, and I get back to marketing. It was such a good move to start that test, because I would have never guessed flooring. In fact, I probably wouldn't even considered it because I had never done a flooring job in my fucking life. So this is the power of testing, guys. This is the power. It's so important to test because, I mean, the point of business is to make money. The point of business is to make a lot of money, right? So if you're not testing, you're going into something completely blind, which means you could waste potentially a ton of time, a ton of money, and this. So if you're thinking about going into business, it's very important that you test. Take my advice, do a few tests, make sure you're going to be able to get the results that you're looking for. Otherwise, you may find out that it's not exactly a great scalable business. After a year of work, 2 years, 5 years of trying and trying and trying, you might find that it fails and it ain't able to give you what you want. So testing is important. Take it seriously. Take your time picking the right thing. There are tons of tools on the internet that could help you research like your competition and standard industry pricing and things of that nature. Also, use Craigslist. Craigslist is great, especially if you're in the service industry. If you're in the product business or something like that, it may not be that helpful, but there are other tools and resources that you could use. So if you have any questions or you maybe need some advice on how to test, you go ahead and leave a comment or send me an email. I try to respond to everybody. So hopefully you enjoyed watching this video, guys. Hopefully this helped you out with your decision. Feel free to contact me. Please like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. It definitely helps me keep coming up with new stuff. Also, the comments kind of help me, determine on what you guys need, and that's what I'm really here for. At the end of the day, is I'm here to help young entrepreneurs with what I've learned in business. So, anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Good luck out there. Go get your money, and go into business. It's the right thing to do. Always is. All right, guys. See you later. Catch you on the next one.